What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing on the bacon NBA DFS video for this Wednesday, this hump day, January 31st, the last day of January. This is the last month of the year until December that we do not have some sort of baseball activity going on. So we're very excited about that, but we're here for an NBA video. So if you've never been here before, we are going to do things a little bit differently. So in the description of this video will be today's article. We have a certain amount of games. Anytime we have at least 5 or more games, in the article, in the description, we'll have 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position and then what fantasy points we have. So we project the fantasy points out there. These are the floor projections, so you definitely can check that out. We will look at that, and that's just another option for you in your player pool. So on top of that, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look here at DraftKings. We're going to look at some players, then we're going to do what we've kind of been doing lately, because I've been asking and I've been getting some feedback that you guys have been enjoying it. So looking at that, when you guys, and I've asked in multiple videos, so whether or not you would like us to do the projections or whether or not you'd like us to do the way we are doing it now, that is just what I wanted to kind of see. So that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to look at it. We're going to continue to move forward through that. So anytime a video gets at least 50 likes, you leave a comment, you are a YouTube subscriber, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content. 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month. 125 likes is a chance to win a free year. And anytime a video gets 150 or more likes, you leave a comment, you are a YouTube subscriber, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass. So get those likes in this video, guys. Get your comments in there. Another way to do it: like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me which player today on this big slate is going to score the most amount of DraftKings fantasy points and how many fantasy points are they going to score. Whoever gets its closest without going over Price is Right rules will win a free week. And if anyone ever gets it exactly correct, you will win a free month of DFS content. So we're going to try something a little bit different this time. I'm going to give everyone a chance to put their guesses in, and then I'm going to pin, if there is a winner, I will pin the winner's comment. You've got to like the comment, and then you got to email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, if you are the winner. So that is a new way we're going to go about it. Let's see how we get around going there. So let's take a look. We do have, there's 10 games on the slate, but for whatever reason, the last game is not. It's a really weird slate because all these games started about 7:30 Eastern or 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Then we've got a 10 p.m. Eastern game. So it is not part of it for whatever reason. We are only missing one spread right now. So we are going to look at this, and we're going to look at the over-unders. And then what we take from that is we're going to look at the players, and we can kind of see back and forth what we've got going on. So taking a look at the games here, you got the Clippers versus Washington. We know Washington defense, they're not very good, but they are usually in the games with a high over-under. So we've got the Clippers versus Washington. As of right now, the Clippers are a 12-point favorite, so this is one where a blowout potential could be a factor, and I kind of want to show you what I mean by that. So another tool we can use is the points per quarter. Now, again, these may change a little bit because, again, if there's a 12-point favorite here, that the fourth quarter could be lower because, second tier guys are coming in or bench guys are coming in. So just in this instance, like Clippers going up against Washington, taking a look at the Clippers, they have the fourth, they're right here. They average 32.3 fourth quarter points. So we kind of look at that. It is their lowest scoring quarter, which basically that's kind of what you see. They're on average with other teams here. So it might not be a factor, but we definitely will have to take a look at secondary players for Clippers because, I think XYZ starters are going to put up a big number. If they go up big, like 12 plus, then we're going to see some other guys off the depth charts come in, kind of bench players come in and play a role towards the end of the game. So still over under 239. No Chicago, Charlotte right now. Detroit, Cleveland. We've got another potential blowout. Cleveland is an 11.5 point favorite against the worst team in the league. Over-under is 228.5. You got Sacramento versus Miami. Close game, 1.5 point spread as of now. Over-under is 230. Orlando versus San Antonio. Orlando 6-point favorite, 228.5 over under. Denver versus OKC. OKC is actually a 2-point favorite right now. Jokic is questionable, is in, I guess, danger of missing a game, which we will look at. Over-under is 231.5 right now. This might change a little bit, just depending on what we see. We got Dallas versus Minnesota. Minnesota is a 13.5-point favorite right now. Dallas is without both Luka and Kyrie, so we're going to have to dig in a little bit, see which players might take effect for them if they are out. So that is definitely something. 224.5 over under. This is a good big 9-game slate. It's a lot of blowout potential in this one. This would be one of those days where we're going to dig into some numbers, but you might want to maybe play a little bit less today. It's shaping up to be a volatile type slate. So we look at New Orleans versus Houston, 2.5-point spread right now, with New Orleans being the favorite there, 230.5 over under. Then we've got Phoenix versus Brooklyn. Phoenix is a 4-point favorite, a 230.5 over under right there. And then the Milwaukee-Portland game, I don't believe is in. Yeah, Milwaukee-Portland, this is not in there. So we can't even use Giannis here, especially on a day like today. So those are the over-unders. Again, kind of check, depending when you watch this video, kind of check back later on. They're probably changed a little bit. So these spreads are pretty damn big. And we're definitely going to dig into that. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to, you could look at the teams that score the most in the fourth quarter, whether or not it's going to be a blowout. You can see the Mavs aren't really them. They're really low. Celtics score the most, followed by the Nuggets, Heat, Lakers, Bucks, Clippers, Raptors, Rockets. The lowest scoring teams, Hornets, Pistons, Knicks, Warriors. Warriors are actually probably the one that surprises me the most out of this one. So then, just kind of looking, the players that are out right now. And hopefully this is a good way to show you. But yeah, Luka, he's out. He's not going to be in there at all. Jokic is questionable. He has not missed a game since November 27th, but he is questionable against lower back pain, especially after logging 40 minutes his last game 2 nights ago. Definitely something to look at. Put up 76.5. But yeah, looking at this, if he does play, trying to see if he played OKC back on December 29th, only got 44.5 there, played 32 minutes. And it just depends. He is one where he's probably going to play. I don't have a doubt. Again, depending when you watch this, maybe he's already ruled out. But we look at this. He is very expensive. He's the most expensive play on the slate of players that potentially are going to play. Not 100%. Maybe he doesn't play the 40 minutes. It's a lot of money to pay up for a player who, against this team last time, didn't show out for us. So definitely something that you might want to monitor there. SGA is questionable. He's got an illness, non-COVID illness. I don't even know if COVID illness is really a thing anymore. So this is definitely something. I mean, if he is out, it's another player that is possibly out with a higher salary. But if he is in at 9,900, I love him. Would love SGA even more if Jokic is out. LaMelo Ball is in jeopardy of missing his 3rd straight game. He has not played since the 26th of January. Definitely something to look at. Like I said, Kyrie and both Luka are out. That's definitely something to look at. Harden a couple nights ago, he was one of my core plays, 39.75. Kind of let me down. Played 39 minutes. Just didn't have it against Cleveland. They lost by 10. That's just... He let me down a little bit, but he does have a fantastic matchup here against Washington. But again, the blowout potential is huge in some of these games, and we will definitely look at that. So like Cade Cunningham is questionable, but probable. So he will be back playing. Miles Bridges, probable for Wednesday. So I love Miles Bridges today if LaMelo is actually out. That will bump up Bridges for me. You can see been pretty damn good with him out lately. I want to continue that trend for sure. And then just kind of looking, Jalen Williams is going to be out for OKC, so that does open up other value potentially for OKC there. Levine is out. Zubac is out. So all the bigger names are out, or we've already covered them. So we can kind of see the big ones are going to be Luka and Kyrie. Who is going to overtake for them? And we're going to look at that after this. So these are the trends that we've been looking at. So these go by the projected plays if they are, the spread. So you can see James Harden is in a great spot against Washington. Their defense is very, very bad. If you look at this, they're second worst against the point guard, average 54.7 fantasy points. Kind of want to go back to the well with him. So when the, as definitely what you can see here, and James Harden is kind of, a mid-tier price guy at 8,500. He's got a great matchup. When his team is a 10-point favorite or more, and this is how you can read it. So he's a 10-point favorite or more. He's averaging about 63 fantasy points, is exactly what we need at his price. So I'm going to go back to the well with James Harden on this one. Might sound a little bit crazy, but I really like his price there. Then you got Karl Anthony Towns, 45.8 fantasy points. He's had 2 games. So you can see James Harden has had 11 games where his team's been favored by at least 10, and he's averaging 63. Bring it down with Karl Anthony Towns, 45.8. Not the best. If we kind of just look at Towns here, his price is 8,100 going up against Dallas, who will be without Luka, who will be without Kyrie. We look at game logs. At 48, his price at 8,000. He's 8,100 now. It depends on who he's going to be. If this is a huge blowout, Cat might sit quickly in this one. So that's definitely something we want to monitor. I'm not 100% sold on Cat. I'd rather have James Harden here, especially with Harden is 8,500 and Karl is 8,100. I think I'd rather pay up the 400 there and go with James Harden. Got Damian Lillard. We can't play that game because Milwaukee's not on there. Kawhi, looking at this, in the 11 games, he's averaging 46.8. So that's definitely another one. So Kawhi here, he's 8,200. You're going to save a little bit more. I definitely could see both Kawhi and Harden going off here. So that would be one. If you're going to possibly look at a mini stack here or whatever, a James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, I don't mind that kind of going in there. So then we get back in here. You got Westbrook, 52.9 in those 9 games. So another one of those plays. My problem is he's 5,700, so he is cheap if you do want to kind of go with that stack. But you look at his game logs, 20.5 against Cleveland, 16, 38.75, 32. So looking at this, has he played Washington this year? Let's take a look and see if he has. Does not appear that he's played Washington this year. So, again, the minutes are kind of fluctuating between 22, 15, 26, 18. They're up and down, If it follows the same trend, it's going to be down now from the 22. I'm probably off of Westbrook. His price, though, 5,700, averaging 52.9. That's not bad. Tournament-wise, GPP-wise, I'm okay with Westbrook going on there. Then you can kind of see Bradley Beal coming in, 46.4. His team, when they're 0 to 5-point favorites, 46.4 is where he's at. We look at Bradley Beal. Look at his price at 6,600. He's averaging 31.3. The minutes are there. The fantasy points have been lackadaisical a little bit here. 23, 24, 38 at his price of 6,800. He is 6,600. He is now going up against Brooklyn. Played them back on December, 23.25. Didn't really do much against them. Now, again, he came back from injury, so he wasn't playing a ton. I'm probably off Bradley Beal there. Andre Drummond would be another one going up against Charlotte. We look at this, 5,400, a cheap option there. Again, we were kind of looking, but the problem is his minutes are restricted. He's not hitting. He has last time he hit 20 minutes. 2 weeks ago, and in that time he did go 29 fantasy points. Not the best outage, probably out. I mean, he's had a 38.5 this year. He's had a 40, another 40, 56 back on a month ago against Philly, where he was 8,000. This is where he was 4,700. I remember talking to you guys about this. 4,700, he went 67. Then they obviously jumped his price up, and he's screwed. So just depends on what you're going to get. I'm probably off of it. So probably off of Drummond on that one. Other ones that might jump out, Sabonis, averaging 50.5 if they are the underdogs. I don't mind Sabonis if you want to pay there. Center position, 60 out of him at 10,000. I'm okay with that. So, like, starting that. But again, like, you look at that, you build around, you can only really get 4,600 there. So it really depends on what we've got going on. So we look at this. Those are some of the plays, not the only plays we can use. Like a Ben Simmons is kind of back, but questionable. But probable. Game log wise, 42. Played 18 minutes. Obviously, if he plays more minutes, we could see an uptick there. Ben Simmons, if he is questionable, but probable, I don't mind that. I think obviously, if he could get 30 minutes or if they need to ramp him back up, 6,200, I'm okay with Ben Simmons as a point guard position there. But the big one I wanted to look at real quick before we end the video, the value. Now, if you click the links down below, the article for today or Discord, if you go to the Discord channel, we do talk about a lot of things in the Discord when people have questions. I talk about the value that opens up, the things we have on NBA, player trends, minutes played, fantasy points allowed by position, Vegas odds, top plays. We have a ton of information there. In the cheat sheet, we have five or six cash and 5 or 6 tournament options at each position. We have leverage plays as well, which are tournament plays or value plays. So what value opens up is what we need to look at with Dallas being hurt. Okay? So, for instance, point guard and shooting guard, they're both going to open up. Lively is also out for Dallas. So, Tim Hardaway Jr. at 6,000. We look at his last 51.5 fantasy points 2 nights ago. 6,000, he fits the bill. That is definitely one that we could look at. We got Josh Green. The minutes, he's played 30-plus minutes lately. Didn't do anything against Orlando, 7 fantasy points. 4,500, I'm okay with him just because the fact that if they are blown out, he might get that minutes run and he will be a tournament option. Hardy's another one, 27 minutes, came through here. Those are some of the value plays that, probably the biggest value plays of the night are going to come from Dallas. Whether or not we get the players, we get the news that comes out that say this player is going to play this amount of minutes, that's kind of what we got to wait for. So, a little bit different way to build a lineup, a little bit different way to break down each and every slate. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're very excited for MLB, that starts about 2 weeks from today, I believe, pitchers and catchers report. So 14 days from today, pitchers and catchers report. 28 days from today, basically, is 2 weeks after that, the spring training starts. Then we've got March, which we're not going to cover MLB. We're not going to do MLB DFS for spring training because there's absolutely no reason to. Players will have one at bat. Pitchers will throw 10 pitches. It's a complete mess with spring training. When the players are out there, I think they're all like 4,500, so you can build a lineup with everyone. It's not the way to go, but I want to get you guys in the MLB mindset. So what I've been thinking, if you guys play fantasy baseball, maybe doing a breakdown of each team, who they brought on, or whatnot. If that's not interesting to you, then I really don't want to waste time because it'll take a very long time to make those videos. But I want to get you guys accustomed to MLB videos. So if you have not already, go to our playlists here on YouTube, click on MLB, and look at any of the videos basically from September to on, just not the playoffs, September and earlier. 45 minutes to an hour breakdown every single day. We went through everything we needed. And you guys loved it, and I love bringing it to you, and I'm very excited about that. We're getting so close to the MLB season. So if you have not already, go check that out. Go check out everything we have to offer in the description of this video. Go check out the article. Get into the Discord channel if you have not already. Go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Check out the website. NASCAR's coming back. PGA's back. We are back. So good luck on this slate, everyone. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.